Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are doing a divine masculine and divine feminine twin flame reading and energy updates. So through this reading, we are going to be tapping into the energies of the global masculine and the global feminine. And the reason we call this a twin flame reading is because within twin flame connection, with this connection being our yin-yang soul connection, our divine counterparts, this means we experience the polarity between the masculine and the feminine and all of the resulting back and forth kinds of energies most strongly within a twin flame connection. Also, this connection is a mirrored connection. So not only do we experience that masculine, feminine polarity more strongly, but we also mirror to one another anything going on within our own energy field, which tends to amplify all of that in real time with a twin flame. Now, with that being said, you may find that some of these messages connect with other forms of high vibrational soul connection, such as very high level and ancient romantic soulmates, relationships, connections, and other form of love relationship. And the reason for this is because although we do experience these masculine, feminine polarities, this triggering and of course the unique mirroring effects most profoundly in twin flame connection, at times we will still see these masculine and feminine shifts and energies playing out in other forms of soul connection as well. Now, of course, the key difference here between these other forms of soul connection and twin flame connection is again that we not only experience the polarity of the masculine and feminine energies the most strongly, but we also do mirror one another. This is the only connection that truly acts as a perfect mirror of our own energies. So of course, this can lead to triggering back and forth in the 3D, but it can also lead to extremely rapid healing and expansion, which is why we often say this is our most expansive soul connection, the connection that is our greatest teacher. So the first two cards to come out are the second chakra, the sacral chakra in the upright position, and the anxiety reversed card here. By the way, as I am shuffling and beginning to pull some cards, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed, because by subscribing to this channel, you are tuning yourself into our beautiful collective of souls here on YouTube. And this actually allows me to more easily pick up on you, your energy, and the energy of your situation. I'm hearing someone wanting to open up but feeling afraid. I'm also hearing someone here say, don't go, and also holding on really tight to a person energetically, spiritually. And I'm hearing that the person on the other side of this has been able to feel the grip of this person, again, spiritually. Someone having a hold spiritually or energetically on someone else, but I don't see this in any kind of an intentionally negative way. It's simply that someone here is feeling really emotional about you, and you are feeling it through your own body or your own emotions. Now, do keep in mind, I do channel many different connections and individuals, so only take whatever resonates with you from this reading, if any of it resonates, and of course, leave the rest, because it's always your intuition that is the compass of your soul and the guiding lights of your life. With strategy in the reverse position, not knowing what to do, not having a plan, not being sure how to move forward. These are the energies I'm getting from this card. So putting all of this together, someone here is really strongly wanting to open up emotionally about something to you, or feeling very emotional about you or about the other here. I keep saying you and them, but know that these energies could be reversed as well. So this could be how you are feeling about someone else. But this person doesn't know how to move this forward. Now, Healer of the Ages came out in the upright position. My awakening has brought me clarity. That's what I hear from this person. And I'm getting a very strong masculine energy from this Healer of the Ages card. Now, do keep in mind that the masculine and feminine are descriptive words used to label energy dynamics. They are not necessarily tied to a particular gender or sexual orientation or anything of that sort. So, interesting cards coming out here right away. A lot of times when I start a twin flame reading, I will pick up most strongly first on the feminine energy, because there are many divine feminines who connect in here. But this tells me that since the masculine is coming through first here, and I'm just getting a little bit of pressure on my third eye. So this masculine, since he's coming through first and also connected with this third eye pressure, indicating an opening of intuition, an increase in one's spirituality, meaning their connection with their own soul, their own inner self and inner truth. I feel this masculine is going through some very intense spiritual changes at this time, which is shaking up either their literal romantic relationships or the way that they see love and relationships, with the Caring Connections card in the upright position here. I'm hearing that in the past, someone I'm picking up on here may have pretended that they didn't care, or they may have acted as though they didn't want to move this connection forward, or acted against even what they said they wanted out of this connection. But I see that this person has had their eyes opened, and now they are seeing everything in a completely different light. And importantly, I'm picking up that if this person seemed to be colder, more disconnected, more uncertain of the other or of the connection in the past, the reason for this was because there's some kind of fear connected with love and relationships, specifically allowing themselves to fully open to love, allowing themselves to fully reconnect with their worthiness of love. And these have been major sacral chakra wounds that are in the process of being healed here for this masculine, which again, I feel has really shaken up either their literal romantic relationships, so they may have disconnected from lower vibrational romantic connections, or this literally pushed them toward you, divine feminine, if you are the divine feminine listening, emotionally or literally in the physical world, or this is in the process of happening. Now, I'm getting a little bit of dryness in my throat, which I feel indicates this has catalyzed, has pushed this masculine into really wanting to step forward with some kind of communication. I'm getting that almost nervousness you get before you give a speech. I heard public speaking. This might be even part of some masculine's job. He may have had to give a presentation at work recently, or that might connect with someone in some way. But also it could be symbolic here, speaking to the fact that this masculine is really wanting to communicate something, but not really being quite sure how. With the World card upright, this speaks to soul expansion. I heard putting things in perspective. Things are really being put into some kind of new perspective or new lights for this masculine I'm picking up on here. So what else is going on with this masculine? Let's see if we can get one more energy oracle card. And two more came out. So the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, came out in the upright position, and also door to spirits. But door to spirit was actually in the reverse position. I see that for the collective masculine, there's this energy of hearts overflowing with emotion, trying to express itself, but then at times resisting this emotional expression or trying to push it back down again, trying to push back against the knowing of the soul here. But I'm hearing this heart expansion is inevitable. It is unstoppable. It's only those moments when this masculine feels the fear creeping back up from that remnant sacral chakra wounding that is again in a process of being deeply healed and transformed. But whenever that fear comes up again a little bit, that fear of fully loving or being loved, fully being seen and vulnerable with others, whenever that comes back up to the surface a bit for this masculine, he may find himself trying to shove down this emotion that's overflowing within him. But of course, that's not possible. Now, I am seeing the word miscommunication. So I do feel that if you are connecting consciously with this soul connection coming through, which for many will be a twin flame, there may have been some very triggering moments or miscommunication. I'm hearing for some this was even an argument or some very intense, emotionally charged interaction between the two of you. I don't feel like this will be for everyone, but I do feel this is coming up at this point in the reading because that interaction may have actually connected somehow with this masculine feeling this intense emotion and then trying to shove it back down, or I'm hearing put it back in a box. So I do want to see if I can get more information about this. So what was this miscommunication for these two souls that I'm picking up on here? We will be together again. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. Let's get a few more cards here. You and I were too young. And I'm going to get a few more clarifiers by the Twin Flames and Separation deck. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. Very interesting. I've never pulled that card before, but that might be specific to someone's situation. And the last card here is, I'm in love with you and I'm ready to take action. I want to build a beautiful life with you. So I'm hearing that if there was some form of miscommunication, either recently or in the past between you and this person, it came from a space of, I want to say, lack of spiritual maturity on one side here, but I am picking up a lot of masculine energy from this. This won't necessarily apply this way for everyone, but for some masculines, there is this feeling of looking back on a time when he was less mature, either as we traditionally think of being mature, or less spiritually awakened, and therefore what we would think of as less spiritually mature. I heard not seeing things clearly. So this masculine has this feeling of having always known the connection between you unconsciously or even consciously, and yet at times being so blind because of this less mature, again, either literally by earth terms or spiritually less mature, not capable of clearly seeing this connection in the past. I am grateful for this spiritual lesson. I'm feeling a lot of gratitude coming from this masculine, and yet ironically, I feel that part of this miscommunication for some could have been because a divine feminine was actually feeling unappreciated, unseen, unloved, or underappreciated. And we will get into that soon, because I do feel there are messages for that divine feminine as well. But I feel with we will be together again, this is this masculine's higher self saying, we are in the process of energetically merging and aligning ourselves with each other. And if there have been moments of miscommunication or emotionally charged interactions, know that these are remnants of the deep level healing that is taking place within both counterparts, but especially evidencing itself right now in the divine masculine. And things are in the process of rebalancing. And I almost feel this masculine's higher self coming up here to say, if there was some negative feeling or interaction or something like that in the 3D, he's almost trying to say, let's not even focus on that. That's not even significant, because all it is the remnants, echoes of these really deep level shifts that are taking place within us. And I am picking up there might be a divine feminine here who could struggle with anxiety or anxious thoughts or feelings generally. And part of your mind, divine feminine, may have latched on to this miscommunication or this negatively charged interaction or something of that sort with your divine masculine counterpart. And this could be because I'm hearing the ego is afraid of what this singular interaction might mean for the future of the connection. But whenever you are projecting out into the future, you are disempowering yourself, divine feminine, because you don't have any power in this imagined future scenario of being left alone or being left unloved or unseen or unsupported. And I feel that someone's ego here is almost trying to get in the way of their soul's expansion, which is a reiteration on a video I released yesterday. It was a divine feminine twin flame reading specifically for a divine feminine. And I titled the video literally, "Your Ego is Trying to Fight Against the Expansion of Your Soul." So if you would like more in-depth explainers on potentially that, if that is connecting with you, you can explore that video. But with I'm in love with you and I'm ready to take action, I want to build a beautiful life with you. That's what I feel this masculine's higher self saying here. And I'm hearing that on the other side of this, there's a feminine who is afraid to trust this, who may have seen evidence of these shifts within this masculine. But there's this fear of, I don't want the negative aspects of our past to repeat themselves into the future, which again could be causing for some divine feminines this spiral of anxiety because we have no power in those imagined future scenarios constructed by our own egos, fears, and anxieties, because all of our power is always and only in the present. So this divine feminine's guides are really, and I just saw 1818 on the recording timer, but this divine feminine's guides are really trying to guide her back into presence, being present with herself, with her breath. I'm literally hearing breath or deep breathing exercises might be really beneficial to you, divine feminine, to really focus on beautifying your present reality, enjoying the present moment, enjoying the day, infusing more love and more joy into your daily life if you do find yourself at times kind of spiraling out when you project thoughts into the future. So I don't feel that will be for everyone, but I do hope if that is a message for you from your guides, I do hope that reached you in this reading. Now with indecision in the reverse position and the walking away card in the reverse. So the energy I'm getting from these cards is someone who either keeps making and then undoing or remaking a decision mentally or literally. This could be someone just unmaking a decision and remaking it within their own mind. I'm hearing the secret parts of their mind. So this person may not, I'm hearing putting on a brave face. There's something that this person isn't fully, a feeling of indecision this person feels like they have to carry within themselves, that they can't be fully vocal or open about with other people for some reason. It feels like, I hear them saying, this feels like my battle to fight on my own. And they are feeling a kind of aloneness in this. I know this won't be for everyone, but for whoever this is, It's like your soul has already made the decision here. Your soul has chosen a path, but your ego is constructing this feeling of indecision, causing you to go back over this decision and remake it again and again, or wonder if you made the wrong choice. And I feel that for some of you, this will apply specifically to love and relationship, but for others of you, this will apply more so to life purpose, to life path, career, starting a business, something in your life that you've been called to make a choice about. I'm hearing there's something literally about you being almost forced or pushed to this decision point. It's almost like it's that energy of when someone proposes to you and really puts you on the spot and is like, are you going to say yes or no? Like, are you going to marry me? Although I feel for most, it won't be literally applying as a proposal, but it has that same energy of the universe putting you on the spot to make a decision. And for some reason, I keep hearing this sentence, are you going to accept the gift that the universe is trying to deliver to you through this decision, through this choice? Because only you can make the choice to accept the gift. Now, I know that's fairly vague, so I hope you know if that is for you, how it applies to you. This could be a financial gift the universe is trying to bring you through some idea that you have to commit to, that you have to take action toward. But again, it could be a relationship. The universe could be trying to gift you a beautiful connection, a person, a relationship. And you are really being asked, are you going to go back into old negative cycles and patterns of fear? Or are you going to be brave, to be decisive, and to accept this beautiful gift trying to make its way into your life? Now, with Goddess of the Moon reversed, what I'm really hearing here is this decision, whatever it is for you, if this message is connecting with you, it's not, first of all, I'm getting very strong divine feminine energy from this, and Goddess of the Moon symbolizes that as well. But know that this decision isn't actually about the thing itself. And that's the ironic thing here. Whatever this decision is, it is about the decision to fully embrace your uniqueness, your rarity, the rarity of who you are and your gifts, to live that, to be that, to stand in your power, or to disempower yourself, to stand in weakness, in fear, in victimhood. That is the true choice here for you, Divine Feminine. The choice you are making is not about the person, the thing, the job, the business. It's about going where you feel powerful, empowered, passionate, supported, and most capable of loving yourself. So there's no right or wrong here for you, Divine Feminine, except what is right or wrong to your soul, meaning go where you feel the most powerful and empowered here. Always choose to stand in your power. And that will naturally align you with your highest good, your highest vibrational available form of soul connections, both romantically and platonically, your best opportunities. Specifically, I'm hearing business opportunities, so that might be relevant for someone. Journey in the upright position. I'm hearing someone here may have specifically been thinking about traveling or going on a trip, or you might have trips planned into the next season or over the course of the next 6 to 8 months. The thinking man in the upright position. Usually this card indicates a divine masculine in some form of ego triggering. So I do feel that a masculine ego may have been a bit triggered recently as of the time of posting this reading or of you watching this reading, because these readings are technically timeless. And I do feel this triggering could have been part of what led to some intense emotions exchanged back and forth, or to I'm hearing a feeling of overwhelm. Someone could have felt emotional overwhelm here. I'm hearing there's a masculine who's been trying to shove down this feeling of emotional overwhelm, but because he is a twin flame, his divine feminine counterpart has been receiving that energy of emotional overwhelm and processing it more consciously through her own energy body. So I do feel this has led to some confusion on the part of this feminine, because she might look at the masculine and think he doesn't appear to be particularly emotional or emotionally overwhelmed. So why am I feeling this emotional intensity? But your guides want you to know this could be energy transference from your divine masculine. You could be assisting him in processing this energetic overwhelm that is moving through him for the purpose of releasing these blocks, any remnant blocks he is storing, of healing him. But again, I feel for the masculine, there's something very unconscious about this, like he doesn't even realize how overwhelmed he's feeling by these emotions, because he has been kind of just unconsciously keeping the door shut on them or trying to shove them down. But whenever he does that, it's the feminine who then receives the transference energetically and then begins to process those very intense emotions. And then I'm hearing at times she may find herself then projecting out that intense emotional energy in the 3D onto the masculine, which causes him to react and then leads to this kind of back and forth triggering. Now, this won't be for everyone, and I feel this could be happening unconsciously between yourself and your twin, or if you do interact more in the physical world, this may have shown itself in a more physical 3D way for you as well. And again, this won't be for everyone, so only take that if it connects with you personally. Anxiety reversed in the first chakra in the upright position. I heard this very clear message from someone's guides that said, don't worry, new foundations are being built within your life, within this connection, within everything that is the most important to you. But in the rearranging, the divine rearranging of your life or your connections, there inherently is that period of time where things feel very mixed up or confused, where it feels you are in what we sometimes call the void, that sort of dark night of the soul experience where you're not really sure which way is up, and you are worried that perhaps you've made the wrong choice in choosing this path that is now being aligned ahead of you, but in the dark. You can feel very blind at times from your physical perspective when this path you have chosen is now being aligned ahead of you. But your guides are really urging you, and your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with, are really urging you to continue to trust that the path will open itself before you in spite of your fears. And of course, as I was speaking there, the yin yang card came out in the reverse position. This is one of the strongest, most twin flame cards in this deck. So part of what is being so powerfully realigned for you, and I do feel I'm speaking mainly to a divine feminine here, although it may be the masculine for some. But this is the rebalancing of your inner masculine and inner feminine energies, aligning you with your highest vibrational form of soul connection available to you in this lifetime. But I do feel that many listening have found themselves kind of in this in-between period where it feels sort of like being in some kind of void. We even literally call this the void at times in the spiritual community. So I want to know what this person needs to know who's connecting with this reading. All paths lead home, and I keep hearing there is no right or wrong choice. Inner authority, intuition, trust your gaze within. The path that is right for you is the path by which your intuition, as this card says, your inner authority leads you toward. So it's all about getting in touch with that intuition and being able to listen to it, to exercise it in real time. And it is like a muscle for you, Divine Feminine. So know that it's okay if you can't always strongly hear your intuition at first. It is getting stronger, more than you even consciously allow yourself to realize. And I feel your guides saying, if you would just look back over the course of the last months, years, decades, whatever the case is for you, you would see how you've come so much more closely in touch with your own inner voice, with your own intuition. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. So I do feel someone just feeling a strong sense of nostalgia here, a kind of sadness that's difficult to place. And as I said, difficult to place, of course, the card Empathic Starseed came out, indicating that the reason some of this sad, nostalgic energy could be difficult to place is because you may be empathically picking up on this energy coming from others as well. Specifically, I have to say, it keeps coming up that if you are a Divine Feminine listening, I do feel that you could be absorbing some of these energies, these sad, nostalgic energies, mourning energies for some, from other masculines in your life. I did mention earlier that some of this could be coming from a twin flame masculine counterpart who has been trying to repress these very intense feelings of emotional overwhelm, and then you as the feminine counterpart could be processing some of that emotion. But I just saw the number 1111, by the way. But also I'm feeling that for some of you, you are picking this up from other masculines in your life who are also in the process of awakening, of transforming, because really the whole collective masculine is in a process of healing. And of course, the collective feminine is in a process of healing in different ways, in her own way herself. And so I feel that these collective healings and shifts are not only impacting those who are consciously activated to a twin flame path, but also masculines who may appear to be less awakened to you or who may not be on a conscious twin flame path. I'm specifically hearing for someone, this could be a brother, a father. I'm hearing a best friend for someone who's a masculine or a close friend. Any masculines who are part of your soul family or who are close in proximity to you energetically, I'm seeing them pick up on these very intense collective masculine vibrations. And I feel that you, Divine Feminine, could find yourself in the role of kind of the shock absorber here from time to time. You may even find that certain masculines might come to you. I'm hearing emotional dumping, so it might feel like emotional dumping onto you by some of these masculines, but you also might find that masculines come to you who are in need of advice or feeling really broken, and they look to you for guidance or healing or support, whether again it's a brother, a father, a close friend, a romantic situation. And so empathically, although you yourself may have already gone through some of the shifts that they are going through, you being such an ancient, powerful soul, and I keep hearing healer, so I feel like you've been a healer in other lifetimes. You may even be some form of healer in this lifetime as well, whether you're in the medical field or doing some more non-traditional form of energetic healing, or whether I'm hearing you're just a casual healer. So you might be healing others by giving them advice, support. Others might gravitate to you for this kind of support or assistance. And I'm hearing this has happened to you your entire life, whoever I'm picking up on here. But the thing is, I feel that recently, you, Divine Feminine, may have been picking up on, again, some of these other forms, some energy from other beings or souls in your soul family or close to you in some way energetically, particularly masculines in your life, or specifically for those of you on a conscious twin flame path, I do feel a lot of this energy coming from your twin flame counterpart. So I'm going to reshuffle the cards here. I'm also hearing that some may have been experiencing recently some form of stiffness or muscle tension. Specifically, I'm getting some may have had this through the neck or the upper back or shoulders, but it could be any area of the body. Specifically, the word stiffness is really standing out. So muscular stiffness. And I'm hearing that if this has happened to you and there's no known medical cause, that this could actually be, and a few cards just flew out, I had to get there. This may actually be symbolic in some sense that you or people around you are letting go of very rigid ways of thinking or behaving or believing, letting go of rigid belief systems from the past. Again, this could be you, but I'm also feeling that many of you, if you are the divine feminine or even the masculine, you could be picking up on this release of rigidity, of a rigid way of thinking and seeing the world from your twin flame counterpart as well. So do be mindful of that at this time also. With community uprights and yin yang in the reverse position, and 6th chakra uprights, the third eye chakra. This is really interesting. I'm going to get a few clarifying cards for this also. Can I get a few clarifiers for these 3 cards? Strategy in the reverse position, all tied up in the reverse. Angel of love in the reverse. I'm hearing a lot of reversed energies or blocked energies are being turned around right now, all at the same time. I'm getting something about angels, so some of you may connect in some way with angels, or you might feel as though you've interacted with someone recently who either literally or symbolically felt like an angel or some kind of divine messenger for you in human form. Now, I'm not saying this person literally was a physically incarnated angel, because of course this could also just mean that this person was the unconscious divine messenger for you of something that you needed to hear or needed to know. I feel like I keep seeing a grocery store. This could have been a cashier at a grocery store or some kind of seemingly insignificant interaction that held a lot of spiritual significance for you. I feel like that's just for 1 or 2 people listening here. With Angel of Love reversed, this card speaks to unconditional love, but when the card is reversed, it means that someone could be feeling unworthy of a very intense and powerful love connection. Who is feeling unworthy here? The thinking man upright. So the person who is feeling some of this unworthiness of an intense love connection is a masculine, but I'm hearing only when he is triggered by his own ego to shut down in some way. I feel this kind of back and forth energy of the deep changes happening within this masculine as all of this, again, blocked energy is being turned back around. Those old timelines, those lower vibrational timelines, patterns, connections are being closed out. But I see this masculine asking himself, am I truly worthy of this kind of love connection? It's like that deep unconscious question coming up within this masculine. Am I truly worthy of her love is what I hear this masculine saying. Would she be better off without me is another message that I'm getting. All tied up in the reverse position. It's like this desire to break free, but I didn't even realize I was trapped until now, is what I hear this masculine saying with the 6th chakra upright, the intuition opening. And now I don't really know what to do. Once again, I don't really know what the work is for me. I don't really know how to move forward in a concrete way. I wish this path came with an instruction manual, is what I'm hearing this masculine saying. 5th chakra in the reverse position. So if the divine masculine in your situation hasn't been communicating as much, or there has been, again, a miscommunication, some kind of manifested block in communication, I see this happening because the heart must be cleared before the throat chakra can open, and specifically these intense energies moving through this masculine's heart center must be processed and balanced to provide that balanced foundation for the communication to come through clearly. This is one of the most complex things about twin flame connection, and I speak about this a lot, but it's the fact that when we are communicating with our twin flame, typically communication comes dominantly through the throat chakra, but because twin flame communication is mostly energetic and twin flames connect mostly energetically through the heart center, this means that the heart must be open and balanced energetically for clear communication and open communication to come forth. So when the heart has not had time to process out these very intense energy shifts and changes, that feeling of overwhelm can manifest in our communication as miscommunication, blocks in communication, feeling like there's a disconnect in 3D communication. But all of this happens, although it's very confusing to the ego, the soul knows that it happens because usually there's some other area energetically that first needs to have that time and space to come into balance, which then once the energy is balanced, the communication in the 3D between twins is effortless because the energy transfer is effortless, and it's energetically that we transfer most information, not through our physical words exchanged between ourselves and our twin. So I feel that if there has been, again, a miscommunication, a block in communication, or for some divine feminines, I'm feeling this fear of, why isn't this masculine communicating more? Or I'm afraid we're not communicating enough. But divine feminine, your intuition knows that this masculine needs some time to process through very intense, to stabilize through very intense energetic shifts and changes. With door to spirit upright, it's like your intuition has been trying to speak this to you, divine feminine. It's just that I feel at times recently the voice of fear from your ego may have been louder than that quiet, calming whisper of your own intuition. But you're really being guided to remember that when the energy is unbalanced between yourself and your twin, your ego might perceive a lessening of 3D communication and become attached to it or become afraid, or it might perceive these miscommunications. But know that your connection is sacred and protected. Your journey is protected. And that if there are those communication blocks, that lessening in communication, this always and only means that energetically things are being given time and space to breathe, to rebalance, to realign between the two of you and within yourselves energetically. So I am going to pull a card from the Rumi Oracle deck now. In the extended version of this reading in our beautiful Twin Flame Soul Tribe on Patreon, I will be channeling more details and information both on the potential 3D interactions and communication. I just saw the number 4422, by the way. So in this extended reading, we will be getting into more details of what each counterpart, the masculine and feminine, might be consciously thinking and feeling in the 3D at this time, as well as what their higher selves want to say on a soul level to one another. And there will also be other details and points of clarification in that reading that will be listed in the pinned comment and description box if you would like to explore what is contained in the extended reading. So to close this first reading here on YouTube, the Cloak of Christ came out from the Rumi Oracle, and this is the number 4 card. I'm seeing some of you might be seeing a lot of the number 444. And I am going to close this reading by just sharing a little bit from the guidebook. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Rumi. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. The compassion born out of our own struggles tempers the karmic weights of divine justice. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, restoration. They are not a sign that something must be done so much as a sign that something must be received, allowed. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. That feels like a really beautiful place to end this reading. So I do hope you received something of value from the reading. And if you did, be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what resonated with you personally. Also, the link to the extended reading, as well as more information on what we are about to be channeling together through that extended reading, is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day and week, and I will talk to you again in Friday's Twin Flame reading.